Okay, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I can't see it because I still have the old GoPro. But here I am in the woods. Gonna go on my first recorded mushroom hunt. Don't know how many of these I'm gonna do where I record them just because of battery life, but I want to bring you on at least one and let you see how it is. Now this is handheld, so it might be a little jerky. I'm hoping not. All right, let's get to it. So this is basically what it looks like, except for usually I have a walking stick. But since I'm hand holding you, because I thought it might be a little less jerky and I can show you exactly what I want to, I would leave it back there. I got up here mushroom hunting yesterday. Went out yesterday, found 58. Oh wait, 52. 52 of them. Went out on a spot I don't usually go unless the grays were popping, and it's been several years since I've been there. And it was pretty much a sightseeing trip. I found none. And where the grays used to be from the ash trees, looked like loggers came through and took nothing. There was just nothing there. I mean, the trees were all just falling from being dead. Sad, but with the death of the trees, new growth will come, right? Just like in the area where I like to go, and it's always been good to us where we found the 52, they're gonna log. So it is what it is. I've had luck in here before, but I will say I just saw a vehicle pull out. It looked like from in here. Don't know though, because it's the muddy trek in and big water hole as you saw. I don't find too many back in too far here. First time I came back here, we slew them. It just was crazy. But you have to get here early, so the timing has to be right for them to grow. Because as you see all the trout lilies there, kind of tend to get kind of tall, and it's hard to see anything. A lot of these knobs and stuff is where I saw them. We call them knobs. It's probably where trees have fallen over, that sort, and you get a lot of moss and stuff on them. Do you see any? And they tend to grow there. It's been raining today. It's supposed to get warmer. It was like 32 this morning. See my breath in the camper. And outside. But still loving it. And just like regular hunting, they call this hunting because if you're sure you're going to find them, they call it finding, right? A lot more grass in here this year, I think. Hopefully we find at least one so I can show you. But you never know. But at least if a elk or bear decides to ravage me, hopefully they'll find the camera. And publish the footage on my channel. That channel would be the Tree Walker, in case someone does find this and needs to, contact somebody. I think it was last year I recorded quite a bit of footage, but it wasn't actually to put up. It was just kind of for memories. So you can go back, with walks you take with people and just remembering things. Because that's one of the things, like we were walking yesterday, and we were remembering all sorts of things about when grandparents used to came, my grandma and my Uncle Jim, and sometimes also you have to find that first mushroom and then you get your eyes dialed on them and then you'll find more. But maybe not. Yeah, we went all the way back. This kind of drops off back there and found nothing. It was all kind of up in this middle area here. But this could be getting hunted a lot because, as you can see, there's a clearing over there. It's hard to get lost, and it's rather easy walking. There's another spot we hunt just down the way here, but I kind of want to save that for when my brother and his wife come out with me, hopefully later. And we'll see. It is Friday. The weekenders come up, which a lot of times was me. Did meet, as I was just kind of driving around, an older gentleman. He was out of breath and on the road, so I stopped and gave him a thumbs up to make sure he was okay. And he thought I meant about how many mushrooms he found. He showed me his bag, and I said, "Oh yeah, we haven't been finding many either." I said, "But mainly I want to make sure you're okay. You didn't need a ride somewhere." He says, "Oh no, I'm good. My friends bring the truck up." He says, "I wouldn't be above taking a ride though. I've had to take them before." I said, "I know. You walk and you think you know where you're at, and you come out on the other side." I said, "It's a long walk back." So we chatted a little bit longer, and then his friend with the truck showed up. I wish I had bottled water. I would have offered him a water, but unfortunately I didn't. I need to put some back in the truck. Oh no, did you hear that? That was a wood frog. Or the result of eggs. I'll let you decide. Well, I've been talking and stuff, and I don't know how much of that you saw. So before I move on, we'll just go through the basics because I don't know if this thing was recording at all. It looked like it was, but okay, here I am, first day out here, full day that I'm bringing you recording. I was out yesterday, but it's just a partial day. I'm out in some woods, hunt mushrooms, but not. I hope you caught some of what I said because it was philosophical. Well, I'm not going to say it again, so hopefully it recorded and there's just some fluke. But if we don't find anything, we don't find anything. Pretty much comes the gist of it. Well, I'll tell you real quick some of it. Okay, in case you didn't get it, listen. You hear water drops, some birds, and no cars, no people, nothing. It's quiet. Isn't that just great? That's why I want to live up here. To be able to come out and hike, hunt, fish, whatever. But while I was staying here recapping, because like I said, I don't know how much of that I recorded, guess what we found? I looked down and I saw a mushroom. So let me get out my lucky mushroom bag and I'll take you over to see it. Look before you walk, though. Look before you walk. Just when I didn't think I was going to be seeing any. You see that one right there? Do you see him? Do you see him? Oh, that's about the size of it. There's another one over there that we've been finding. Not huge. Well, good, I didn't get skunked. So I might be getting skunked. It is pretty wet, which is good. Add a little bit of heat, and they should really start popping. Now I'm moving you around just like I'm looking. Because I got you in my hand here. Usually, things like this you can move with your stick. Just make sure it's not a mushroom popping up. You look around real good to make sure that you didn't miss any. Because sometimes the spores will stick in an area. And so, like, they'll run downhill or that sort. So you stop, look around, see what's going down. Oh. And you look back at different angles. Because you might see one that you missed just because a leaf was covering it or you saw it at a different weird angle. Like I said, we'll look around. That's how we found them before. We're like on these little knobs or hills growing out of moss or next to the moss because it holds the moisture. In this area, at least. That's not every area. So we're on the board. It's not just hunting now. It was finding. But that might be all we find. You never know. Like I said, I don't know if it was on there or not, record it. When I pulled in, there were some people pulling out of this area. So it's possible that it's been hunted heavily. Walk through and see. Like I said, I didn't know if you heard it. Those are trout lilies, the single leaves coming up. When they get taller in here, it makes it really hard to see the mushrooms. So it's kind of, you have to almost hit this area at the right time. Now I'm constantly looking down to make sure that this is recording. Go up in here. I like the control of holding this camera with my hand, but I do really miss my walking stick. Oop, there's one, a little bit older and kind of eaten, so it's not fresh, but I'll show you it too. Let's see here, right here. It's a little crumbly. We'll take him. Put him in the mushroom bag, right? So are you keeping count? That's a whopping 3. Usually we don't keep count though. We count them at the end. So, this was a good one to bring you into, huh? Because you got to see a few. The jingling you hear is me. I have lots of clips on my backpack for when I clip the zippers together so that they can't come open in here by getting snagged on a stick or whatever, so nothing falls out. Because it's always smart to put anything that you don't want to lose in your pockets, like the backpack pockets. Excuse me, clear my throat. I think I need to get a drink or I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot. You keep looking for mushrooms while I get a refreshing beverage. If I can while I'm holding you. Oh, that water really makes a noise, doesn't it? Yeah, that water. Okay, did you see any? You gotta speak louder, I can't quite hear you. Over here? Right there? Oh no, that's just a leaf. That's okay. We all make that some error sometimes. So I plan on putting some B-roll footage that I did in the front of this. And I just want everybody to know, every picture or video you see of someone driving up to the camera and past it or away from the camera, they have to walk back or drive back, or if they're walking like up hills or up like cliffs or anything, they have to double back and get that camera. So always respect when someone does that, because the footage is great, but it also takes quite a bit to do it. Some people move a lot faster through the woods, especially when the yellow ones are on, because the yellow ones tend to be bigger. But I enjoy just meandering through. See what this is? See how there's the divot down there, then you have this? It was where a tree fell over. and brought all the dirt up with it. So that's where the root was, and this is the root ball here. And then the tree is rotted away, but left that. And, oh, sounds like it's starting to rain again. See any in there? I see where, oh, that's a deer or an elk. See how they're indented there? Walk through. And please, I'm very passionate about this. If you were out in the woods, take out what you bring in. It kills me to see all the trash people leave out in the woods. Oh, that was a crack. Woo! All the trash people leave out in the woods. I mean, beer cans, everything. Just irks me. Irks me. These woods are decent, except for over by this hunting blind, which is not where we're going right now. Okay, I think we're gonna head back up this way. This is just a small area. At least that's where we found them. This is huge area. I mean, it keeps going and going, but they've kind of petered out before. My dad and my brother went down over the hill, and it gets swampy because you have I think it's the Black River. Could be wrong. Goes through down there. And so you have like a watershed. Okay, let's start heading back. I mean, the first time I came out here in this area, because you just drive back lanes sometimes and see what's back there and get out and hunt. My goodness, it was just like, oh, there's one. Sometimes it's because people don't hunt it, except for there's a lot of trash in the one spot here, so people used to camp back here. It could just be you hit at the exact time when the heat, the moisture, and everything was perfect. Make sure you're still going. We're still going. And I chose this spot because I knew I could make a shorter video here. Because I do sometimes, I know it's hard to believe, but I do sometimes run out of things to say. Thought I saw one there, just a leaf. Ooh, look at that. How that one has like the little red on top. That might be how it flowers out. All that stuff amazes me. I love all the nature, the way moss looks. Just everything about out here. It's just awesome. Okay, see that tree there? How that's all ripped up? I don't know if you can see it or not. That'd be the ash trees. They're being killed. See, this area doesn't have a whole lot of ash in them. Which is, look at this, isn't that neat? The colors of it. Which might be why not as many people hunt back here. Because it used to be, a lot of people hunt for the grays or the yellows mushrooms. And those were growing around ash trees. And they're a lot easier to see when they're bigger. But, so, if there weren't ash trees, people weren't coming back there. Sometimes I look and I lose train of thought. So up here it kind of messed with it because they had 80 degrees and then they had snow. So that's kind of a weird mixture. So it might have messed up the mushrooms a little bit. But we've had a lot of rain, which is good. And moisture, because usually the woods tomorrow could be completely dry. I mean, you see how moist all this looks. Tomorrow it could be completely dry again because it just soaks it up. But the moisture is good, and it's supposed to heat up next couple days. So 2 things happens when it heats up. Mushrooms pop, and the black flies attack your eyes. One's good, one's not so much. I shook that on purpose because it felt like it moved to me. And do you ever find all the mushrooms? No, which is good, because then they will populate more again. I mean, the spores, that's why we use this mesh bag, because they say as you walk, spores will be shaken off of the mushrooms. So you want those to fall back on the ground so that the ground can produce again. I'm not 100% sure about that. But that is a huge argument I don't want to get into with people. So believe what you will on it. It's controversial. Oh. Look at, there's a slug eating that piece of poop. Ain't nature great? Slugs will eat mushrooms too. So if he's eating poop, that probably means there's no mushrooms in this area for him to eat, because he already ate them all. Should use you to catch fish for dinner. Oh, I had a tree I thought I'd show you, but it's gone. I saw it, and then it changed right when I noticed that you weren't recording. That's where it changed. Look at this tree, though. Ain't that interesting? A lot of things could cause that. Sometimes it could be a bullet. That looks like some kind of, not chaga, but some kind of infestation thing. But see that neat piece of moss growing up there? Weird and neat. Kind of like me. Weird and neat. And sometimes your eyes get tired, and you're just like, man, I'm not focused on anything. You're like, man, I can't see the mushrooms. And then all of a sudden you see one, and you're like, oh, maybe they just weren't there. But you know what the fun thing is? You'll never know. Walking closer, you see the clearing, just because we'd walked back there. And who knows, maybe someone missed something. Oh, see that one? It's a this white right here is going to be a flower soon. So they're getting close, getting close. My mom loved the trilliums, and I like them too. I won't say how, but I actually have some growing back at my house. They magically found their way there. Magically. Magically. I mean, just textures and stuff. Look at how neat that looks. Isn't that just cool? Yeah, I'm big on textures and things. I love taking photos of textures and stuff like that. So, as you can tell, I'm looking for mushrooms, but I'm looking for everything else too. Because life and nature is pretty dang awesome. The nice thing is, other than when it stopped recording to figure that out, I pretty much don't have to edit this. I'll just edit the beginning, probably edit the ending, and then bam, let the rest go. So it's hit and miss back in here. I mean, 3 really isn't even enough to smell up some eggs, as my Uncle Jim used to call it. But guess what? We got out in the woods, we walked, we enjoyed nature, we recharged a little bit, and we got to chat, right? You like chatting with the tree walker, don't you? Someone's been pushing for me to get some gear. Not in a mean way or anything, he just kind of made a suggestion. Like some shirts, coffee mugs, stuff like that, with my logo and or some sayings on them. And I'm kind of curious what the people who actually watch my episodes think. Would you buy a shirt? Would you drink coffee from a chit-chatting with tree walker or something cup? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, see how the leaves are pushed up there? When there's yellows or grays, a lot of times you knock those over and you'll find them. It's pretty cool that way. We're almost back to the truck. I think we're almost done mushrooming in here, because I'm not seeing any others. And there were tracks coming through the mud hole other than mine, so somebody's been driving through here. You're not getting through there with just a car. You're going to need something a little bit higher. As hopefully I will be able to record me going out. Oh, here's the tree I wanted to show you. It's been eaten up all the way. Be able to show you in the video, and hopefully the camera doesn't fall in or anything. Alrighties. I think we're almost to the truck. See, we just did a big circle. So could anybody really come out and mushroom? Yeah. Can anybody just find them? Sometimes. You know, I mean, I found 3. Didn't walk for very long, though. I mean, like this. Sun gun, why you gotta leave your friggin' can out here? People. Let's walk up here just to see. Pant legs are wet. My coat's wet. And I just don't care. Sometimes you'll find them right by the edge, because everybody always thinks they've all been hunted through there, so no one's gonna, you know, you're not gonna, might as well not even look here. We find them quite often. It'd be cool to find one right now as I walk out, just to prove it to you. Oop, I hear a car. Or a truck. Coming through. And there's the tree walker truck. Okay, don't know if you can see me or not. Hopefully you can. I want to thank you for joining me on this little walk. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you inspired you to get out in the woods near you. Maybe look for some kind of fungus that you can eat, or just enjoy it. All right, remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.